What's up guys, it is Nick Raff and welcome back to another video. This week I'm going to be teaching you guys 3 easy card tricks that anybody can do. Last week we took a look at another magic kit. I love reviewing magic kits for you guys, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up above and put it down below in the description. Please go check it out, it would mean the world to me. Also, if you guys are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss another video. It really helps this channel out. Alright, let's jump into the magic tricks. For this first trick, all you need is a deck of cards, so you put that onto the table and have your spectator cut the cards wherever they want. So they cut the cards here, and we will mark the cut, and we will come back to that in a couple of seconds. And like I said, your spectator truly does have a completely free choice of wherever they'd like to cut the cards, which is what makes this trick so devious. So let's take a look at the card that they cut to. Take a look at this card, lock it into your brain. Do not forget what it is. Perfect. Put it back here. And I'm going to tell you, just by looking into the camera lens, what card you cut to. And the card you cut to is the 8 of clubs. This trick is so easy to do, it takes absolutely no skill. The only thing that you need to know is what the top card of the deck is. So in this case, the top card of this deck is the King of Clubs. So you put that on the top of the deck, and what we're going to do here is what we call the crisscross force. It's the easiest way to force a card on somebody, so you know the top card is the King of Clubs. When you have your spectator cut the cards, they truly do have a free choice of wherever they'd like to cut, but we do something a little bit different to make sure that we force them to pick the King of Clubs. So a normal cut would be this. You cut the cards here, and you take the bottom half and you put that on top to cut the cards, and you square up the pack. That is a normal cut. What we're doing here is I will actually flip over the King of Clubs so we know, so we see where it is at all times. In performance, we would definitely have the King of Clubs face down, but for here, the exposed view, I will make sure the King of Clubs is face up so we can see what's going on. So your spectator cuts the cards here, and what we do with the bottom pack, instead of just putting it on top like this, we're going to put it off to the side. That's why we call it the crisscross force. So we're going to put it off to the side and throw it on top. So now we have a little like X going on, a little crossed off to the side, and what you say is, hey, we're just gonna mark where you cut the cards. And then you saw in the performance part of this trick, after I put the packet on top of the other packet, I just kind of talked about that the spectator truly did have a free choice of cutting wherever they want. So what I'm doing there is what we call time misdirection, because this does look a little weird. Instead of completing the cut, we're taking the bottom half and putting it off to the side. It's a little odd, so that's why we want to have at least 10 to 30 seconds after we do this move to kind of get your spectators to forget what they just saw and what's going on. It's a little bit of time misdirection. So you could talk about the spectator having a completely free choice of wherever they cut the cards, or just kind of make some small talk with some of your spectators, whatever you want to do. And once you're done that, you'll say, hey, why don't we take a look at the card that you cut to. You take off this top packet, and you flip over that top card, which happens to be your force card. In this case, it's the King of Clubs. You have them look at it, show it around. They can put it wherever they want back in the deck, and you can reveal the King of Clubs whatever way you want to. In this case, I just looked into the lens and said the King of Clubs or whatever the card was. You can have it written down before the trick even starts. You can do like the ashes on the arm, like I talked about in the other video. There's so many different ways that you can reveal the card to your spectators. You can have it on your phone, you can send a text message. Whatever you want to do, the options are endless. This is more or less a tool for you to use when you're performing. For this next trick, I'm going to make a prediction in this notepad, and we will come back to this at the end of the trick. Put this off to the side, cap the pen. I also have a deck of cards here and 2 dice. Here's what we're going to do. Instead of having you pick a card out of the deck of cards, I don't want you to think I'm trying to force a card on you. We're going to roll the dice to determine what card will be your card. Here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to hand you the dice. If you were here right now, I'd hand you the dice, but you're not. So I'm just going to roll it myself, and we're going to count up the 2 numbers on top and the 2 numbers on the bottom of the dice. So on top, we have a number 3 and a number 2. We add those together, we get 5. And on the bottom of the dice here, we have a 5 and 4, which is 9, plus the 5 from the top of the dice will give us 14. And that's a random number, completely random. We rolled the dice. Let's count down 14 cards, and that card will be your card. Here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Look at this card. Lock it into your brain. Do not forget what it is. Perfect. Put this card back into the middle of the deck. You can hand the deck to your spectators to shuffle the cards whatever makes them feel most comfortable, because look over here. This is the prediction from the beginning of the trick. I made a prediction as to what card would be picked. And if we look at it, it says the 5 of diamonds. All you need for this trick is a deck of cards and 2 dice. And you also need to put a card into the 14th position in the deck of cards. So in this case, we'll just use the 5 of diamonds like I did in the performance video. So countdown: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We will put the 5 of diamonds right here and put all 13 cards above that. So now we have the 5 of diamonds in the 14th position of this deck. You can also have a notepad and a pen if that's how you want to reveal it. So you just write down your force card right here on the notepad. You put that off to the side. And here's the really cool thing about these dice. No matter how you roll the dice, it doesn't matter. That's the beauty of this. You can have your spectator roll the dice, and you tell them that you're not trying to force the card on them, which is literally what you're doing. You're forcing them to pick 14, which is going to be your 5 of diamonds in the deck of cards, which is so cool. So you hand them the dice, they roll the dice. No matter how it rolls, as long as you count the 2 numbers on top. So in this case, we have a 4 and a 2, which is going to give us 6. And then on the other side, a 5 and a 3, which is 8. So 8 plus 6 is 14. Let's do it again. Roll it again. We have a 3 and a 2 over here, which is 5. We turn it around. We got a 5 and 4 on this side, which is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. You have to make sure that you are adding the numbers on the top of the dice here and the numbers on the bottom of the dice. So 5 and 2 is 7, and on this side, 5 and 2 is also 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. That's what's so cool about this. And once they get 14, then you have them deal down 14 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14th card is our force card, the 5 of diamonds. And again, you can reveal this however you want. I just went with the standard, write it down on a piece of paper before we start the trick, and then you can have your spectator pick up the prediction, or you can look into their eyes and kind of reveal it that way. However you want to do it, this is more or less a tool to use, but it's a really cool trick. For this last trick, all you need is a deck of cards and the card box. So you spread out the cards, you have your spectator pick whatever card they want. Let's say they pick this one. Lock this card into your brain, do not forget what it is, and you have your spectator put the card back on the top of the deck. You give the cards a nice cut to make sure it's completely mixed up. You take the cards, put it inside the card box, just like so, and watch. With a little bit of magic, all I have to do is wiggle towards the card box, and magically a card starts rising out of the card box. And it just so happens that it's the spectator's card, the 9 of clubs. Like I said, all you need for this trick is a deck of cards and the card box, but we're gonna do a little bit of arts and crafts to make this card box not so normal. On the back of the card box, all you have to do is cut a small, kind of a large rectangle really. Cut a rectangle in the card box about this size. So I'll put a card in here for reference so you can kind of see how you're gonna cut it. Once you do that, you're ready to perform the trick. So you have your spectator pick whatever card they want, it doesn't matter what it is, and make sure your card box is on the table upside down and closed so that your spectators don't see that there's a big rectangle cut out of the back of the card box. That would kind of ruin the trick. So close up your card box, put it onto the table, have your spectator pick whatever card they want. They truly do have a free choice. Have them look at it, in this case it's the 8 of hearts, and have them put it on the top of the deck. So at the end of this trick, you need the card on the top of the deck to perform the card rising out of the box part. So what I did is I just had the spectator put it on top, and I did a false cut. So all I did here was I just cut the cards at the bottom of the deck. So instead of cutting here at the top, I cut at the bottom. So you see here, all I did was took my my left hand here and cut a packet off the bottom of the deck, just like so. I came up, I tapped the top of the deck like this. I put this on the table and took this top packet and put it on top. And that did absolutely nothing. That did not change the order of the cards at all, but it looks like it did. In full speed, it looks like this. And it looks like I truly cut the cards, but I did not do anything at all. I'll even turn over the top card, which is the 8 of hearts. We'll keep that on top, and this is what it looks like with the 8 of hearts face up on the deck. And again, that 8 of hearts is still there on the top of the deck. And then we take the cards, put it inside the card box. trying to be sure that we don't show, again, that we don't show this rectangle in the back, what I did is I picked up the cards like this, I picked up the card box like this, put the cards in and made sure this was facing towards the spectators or towards the camera, so you didn't see the little rectangle cut out of the back here. So again, I'm gonna pick up the card box like this, put the cards into the box. This is the exposed view of the card rising out of the card box. This is what you're gonna be seeing, not your spectators. So you're gonna hold the box like this, and you can use your middle finger or your index finger to push the card up. I like to use my index finger, I think it's a lot easier. So hold it like this and just push up on the back of that card, and from the front it looks like the card is actually rising out of the deck, which is really cool. And make sure to use your other hand to kind of like wiggle a little bit, so you're doing some magic to make the card rise out of the deck, because you just don't want to be like, watch, oh my god, your card rise out of the deck. Like, that's no fun. You have to put some magic into it. You gotta wiggle your fingers. Ooh, magic, look, it's rising out of the deck, oh my gosh. And you pull out the card and show them, look, this is your card. As if by magic. That was a really bad flip. That was kind of bad too. There we go, that's a little bit better. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I had so much fun teaching you guys these extremely easy card tricks. I absolutely love the card rising out of the deck one, because there's actually a gimmick deck that they sell it's called the Rising Card Trick. David Blaine did it in his first special on ABC in 1996. But this is a extremely easy one that you can make at home. You don't need a special deck of cards to do it for you, which is really cool. Also, let me know what you guys think of these card tricks in the comments down below. And also, please hit that like button, because it really does help this channel out. Also, thank you guys so much for all the love and support on all my videos. It truly means the world to me. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.